What I'd like you to look at is looking for collar control. And indeed, for the no-gi guys, it's the same thing. For no-gi, you're looking probably to control their head and start to break their balance. As the head is the heaviest part of the body, and where the head is where the balance is. If the head is over that foot, that's where the weight is. If the head's over this foot, that's where the weight is. Therefore, that one's light, of course. So we'll remember that for later on. So whether it's no-gi and you're looking for collar tie, or indeed he already has a collar and you're looking for a collar grip, the idea is the same, to move somebody's head around. So looking for the collar grip. Coming out, everyone knows that's what you want. Keeping your elbows close to your body, your head's up, you've got good posture, you've got your fighting stance ready for... Okay? Either way, you're here. I'd like that collar grip. He knows I'd like that collar grip, so as I'm reaching for it, he's probably going to somehow prevent it or parry it or counter grip or do something. That's probably expected. If he doesn't, I'll take it for sure, but I know he probably will. So I'm reaching for this, he's a little bit occupied. It's like the old, boxing, hit them low to up their guard, same idea. I'm going here, as he reaches for this one, I'm shooting him with the opposite. I'm satisfying myself with a low grip down on the collar. Great, I have a grip. Then I can easily pass that to the grip I actually want, which is higher up on the collar. Much easier to pass something from one hand to the other than catch something in space that's moving and being defended. So I'm going to look for a kind of a weaker grip, let's say lower down, so that it can be fed into the higher grip that I actually want. Okay? When I take my grip, I don't want to grip him and then go like this, kind of schoolyard bully, like this, here's your lunch money. This might work sometimes, but the problem with it is I'm framing him away from me. I'm not even connecting to him. Okay? So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to look to grip and keep my palm towards him, and when I pull, I'm getting connection here. So it's that my elbow is always close to my body, and my hand is close to my shoulder. The further your hand gets away from your shoulder, the weaker it is. That's usually, it's always the case, right? So usually it's good, keep everything close to you, you're stronger then. So elbows at the ribs, hands close to the shoulder, and that's the way I'm going to pull in like this. This allows me to get connected close chest to chest, rather than doing this, which frames us away from each other. It's kind of like, and doesn't allow me to move in different directions. So what I'd like you to do is just practice this, forget about everything else, just look at this one grip right now, shooting in, combining in here, and then pulling in like so that we're connected. This grip then can turn into lots of different things. It can turn into a forward grip throw, or a grip for a forward throw, I should say. All this kind of stuff. It can go backwards. It has variety of move. It can go driving back. So you're getting connected without being all separated from your partner. So just spend a couple of minutes with this. Come out with your partner. Where's that high grip that I actually want, but he's defending it, shooting for the low one, passing for the one you actually want. He has no grip right now. This is that little gap in time where you have there's time where you're both 50-50. Now it's impossible to do anything against someone good. It's always you want to have some kind of advantage. You're looking to break the grip, or in this case, initiate the first best grip at the beginning. Okay, so coming out, good. Where's my grip? Boom, boom, got my grip. Aha. Okay, go do that like 100 times each. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Inside grips, if someone has inside grips, now how am I going to pull them close to me and can't get that connecting when I want to? It's about controlling the inside. If he gets his grips first, and he has the nice grips, my hands are on the outside here, when I can't get close to him when I choose to. It's really he who chooses that. Whereas if I can somehow set it up that I have that grip that we were talking about, I've got the inside grip, okay, maybe he gets a grip here on the outside. He'd like to get a grip, of course, on the collar as well. So when he's looking to prevent him get this, when you get your initial grip, when he looks to get his collar grip, you're going to just use your elbow a little bit to defend. So I'm simply going a little parry with my elbow when it comes in that way. When it goes over the top, the same thing. But of course, eventually he will backle it in, but I'm going to keep him off balance for as long as I can by defending a little bit with the elbow here. You can of course start then to work in, there's all kinds of different tactics and cool stuff you can do, but for now we're just don't preventing him from getting a good grip, and maybe out up he'll satisfy himself with just some kind of lesser grip on the outside for now. Okay, that's great. There are grip breaks, we're going through that sequence, we don't have time for everything today. You have control on the inside, let's assume. If I have a grip on the other sleeve, that's fine. If I don't necessarily need it either. The first little principle we're going to look at is how to make someone step and shift their balance. No-gi people, sorry to make you feel neglected, but these little tricks with the collar are important. If you are clamped in tight, you can be here, you can be here, you can be here. These can all work in this situation, okay? But the principle will work the same, okay? So for no-gi guys, look for collar tie, grip, tricep, find the epicondyles at the elbow, you got a little grip there. Or you can go underhook here. We'll play with it a little bit. Okay, the underhook works pretty well as well. So you can be in here as well. But for now, we're here. First one we're going to look at is an inside foot sweep. Doing this. The movement isn't difficult, but the idea is to get him stepping and moving, make him predictable. So a very simple way to make somebody step is to pull on the side that you want him to step on. If you pull on this side, typically he'll step on that foot. This side, usually you'll step on this foot. So, if I pull on and step at the same time, great, but we're the same distance away again. I haven't really advanced my position at all. So instead of stepping back far away from him, I'm going to shift my weight, just a small shift in weight. So like the width of my foot, again, is kind of the space I do. It's not a huge step. I'm not taking the splits, making the splits. I'm doing a little shift and combining that with a pull. Oh, look at this. That's exactly what I wanted, okay? His foot is actually past the line of my foot. I pull him so that my hand is close to my shoulder, my elbow is close to me. So I'm not framing him away from me like this or something. I'm getting tight to me here, okay? Look how close we are, and then it's an easy pull. Okay? So, getting him close to you is the key. Getting him stepping, and not framing them away from you, okay? So connection, making them, and timing. I don't have to be, really tuned in and be magic or anything. I know I can make him predictable by applying a stimulus. He responds in a kind of a way most people most of the time will, and then I can catch him instead without having to read his mind. Okay, so I'm here. I have the inside controls. Remember, this way allows me to brace. If I don't, if he's stiff arming away here, then I can't reach in, and it's all off balance, and then I'm done. To get to the inside. Here we are, half a step, not a huge step, half a step, pull, pull, pull. Oh, gee, Gary, okay. No-gi, Judo, Greco-Roman style, it can be here, the same kind of thing. Because I don't have, with no-gi, you're gonna find it's a bit more circular, okay? Because with the gi, I get more of a lifting action, you might find. I can kind of lift him up onto his toes and get him a bit more forward. Without that, I find I have to circle them a bit more. So I'm going to instead step this leg. Instead of just stepping out to the side, I'm going to step a little bit forward, pivot on that, pull, pull, same idea. Okay, same thing, just get them moving.
Question?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Are you trying to catch him before he plants that foot
Yes,
down?
sure, yeah, absolutely, because before he goes heavy, yeah, good point, yeah. So if my partner's just standing in his athletic position, he's half his weight's in each foot, yeah, 50-50 more or less. So when I'm in here, very difficult, but if I have his weight all in one foot and being transferred into a new step, his head is starting to come over that foot and it's being caught before it plants. So, or somewhere like this, step and pull up before it plants. Let's try that, yeah? Keep it simple, let's go, 1, 2, 3. Someone is locking their arms and bracing you away. Maybe it's time for a a different type of throw, okay? Because you don't have to make the space. But we're looking now today is where we're dominating the gripping and we got the inside grips, okay? Or else we'll get bogged down forever. So we have the inside grips. Or indeed, if I didn't get them initially, maybe I broke grips or did what I needed to do to get grip dominance and I have the grips that I want. Okay, if it's 50-50, it's going to be really easy for him just to brace you away. Every time you try and get in, he braces you away and it doesn't work so well. So you have to start the process again and get your grip dominance. And by the time you've done that in most jiu-jitsu matches, he'll probably have sat down because he goes, this guy seems to know what he's doing. So that's why I'm showing it off the initial start of the match. Okay, people have to connect with you before they pull guard, right? Now IBJJF rules, most jiu-jitsu rules. So he won't just come out and sit down, he wants to come out, he wants to grip up. So this is when we're looking for getting the grips that we want, and we're looking for attacks that we can do straight away, and then we're getting into our jiu-jitsu match, okay? We got our 2 points, secured the takedown, 3 seconds, 2 points, and continuing the jiu-jitsu game. Okay, so if it goes into prolonged grip fighting, grip battling, chances are the guy's going to sit down anyway. So that's what we're looking at it off the initial, off the punch, get your 2 points, get the advantage. First inbound to win. Most competitions, in most sports, whoever scores first, more than likely will win the match. That's often the case statistically. So for coming out, where's my grip? Boom, boom, got the grip that I want. Here's just a general principle. As soon as you get the grip that you want, off-balance them. All right, because if I just get the grip I want and just stand here, he just get the grips he wants. Now we're back. Maybe he's not an advantage. So as soon as you get the grip that you want, and we're looking at, I'm moving him and off-balancing him. He's looking to counter grip, I'm blocking and not letting him get it. I've got my parry with my elbow on this side. I've got the high elbow here. You can figure out, grip and cool stuff maybe to work off this. But for now, we're just controlling the inside, not letting him get. If he does, we've grip breaking techniques, we've ways of gripping, breaking grips, and we're controlling the inside, okay? If I get a grip on this, now it's good because I can kind of control both sides. Now, the first one we did was Ochigari, big inside foot sweep. Taking a step to the side, pulling, big steps back. We get this one into a nice jiu-jitsu position, rather than, as I was talking at the beginning, you turn in for some awesome, uchimata or something, and you roll all the way through, and then you find he's on your back and he's inching up for his choke. So these foot sweeps are really nice for jiu-jitsu rule set, I believe. Okay, now let's have a look at a different option, and we'll link them together then after. Okay, let's do it with movement to begin with. Again, we're moving back because we're stronger pulling than we are usually than pushing, and getting him moving with my body moving is getting overcoming inertia. So we're moving, and I'm going to do is I'm going to again step out to the side like we did in the last one. This is doing 2 things. It's breaking the pattern. We're creating a pattern a little bit and then breaking it. And also I'm breaking the alignment that we are in. Right now we're more or less aligned like as if we were on train tracks. But what I'm doing is I'm taking a little step off the line to offset myself with my partner. So our center lines are now, rather than being lined up, I'm off to the side again. Again, I'm doing that same pull. Don't pull like this or some weird awkward way with your shoulder. Keep your elbow close to your ribs, keep your hand close to your shoulder, and get into a good habit of pulling like this. That way you can get nicely connected. My outside, I'm looking for inside controls here, so if he starts getting inside controls, I'm working to get to the inside. I'm looking to break grips too if I can. All right? I'm walking backwards and simply going to step out to the side and pull, boom. Then from here, also Gary, classic judo throw. Okay? Keep the sleeve, of course, in your throw them to continue into your groundwork. So I'm moving along, step out, pull, and there's your Osoto right away. A lot of people want to learn Osoto Gary, and if you've refereed thousands of children's judo matches like I have, you'll be very familiar with the version of Osoto Gary where you're going forward and trying to get it. The way everyone's supposed to do is to step to your Osoto Gary, and then you watch a kid's judo competition and 2 of them are running around in a circle doing this, and they can never catch the leg that they were looking for because this is kind of the first throw a lot of people learn. It's a bit like a schoolyard trip. So instead of chasing the leg, we're going to bring it to us. All right, so we're moving along. Pull, baha, he's so close to me and he's nice and upright. Look how the forearm is against his chest, and you can use the direction. Some people like to, clothesline people down this way too. You can if you like. I like just keeping the collar, to be honest, using my forearm against their chest. So again, my elbow isn't away from him, it's connecting. It's being used. Pulling his arm out over, getting his head over his base, pointing or looking in the direction you want it to go. Close, point your toe, calf to calf. Also, Gary. Continue into your groundwork, etc., etc. Okay? So, how we're going to do it today. Connect with your partner. Make sure you have the inside grips again, so you can't just frame you away at that important moment, that very instant where you want to connect, he frames you away. So instead, get to the inside, or even better, control the grip. Move with your partner, sidestep, pull out to the side. Also to Gary. Let's do 100 each. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 100. This foot and no weight in this. I can swing out of this leg all day and he won't fall over. Okay, it's not going to work. So what I'm doing at the initial point, start of this throw, is I'm first of all getting him moving forward, and then I'm stepping out of the way to pull him here. So I have my partner pretty upright, all right? And my forearm here is driving him back into this corner. At the same time, this arm is pulling him. So I'm getting the head over the foot I want to attack into his back heel, and we're going into the back corner. If I just put my leg over here, if he's stronger than me, now it's a battle of, it's very hard, it's hard work. Instead, he's got a muscular calf here. You're going to point your toe and use your calf against the pad and sweep through the leg, okay? The forearm here on the chest is helping and giving it direction. That's why if you don't have this, you have this in some weird way, it's losing out the transfer of the force. The elbow's close to your body, so as to push up through your body comes through your arm rather than being lost in space up here. So keep everything connected here. Some people, if they're tall, like to go over the top with it as well, but I like to keep the jacket for a bit more control later on, I think. Okay, so we're moving with a partner. If I don't offset myself and I pull him close to me, it's kind of hard to get around a little bit. That's why I'm taking that little offset step. So our center lines are offset, yet we're connected chest to chest. If you find that it wasn't working for you, I bet you there was daylight between the two of you, okay? So next time you do it, check that you have no daylight between you and there's connection, okay? If we were no-gi, we could be in this type of situation. And absolutely locked up, we get our partner moving, step, boom, and go back out this way, but there's no daylight. Same way when we have gi, we're doing it moving, pull, we've connection, forearm here, chop against the calf, to throw the partner, okay? So, you see the difference in the throws. This one is heavy, so I'm using my leg, a big action with my whole hip. This one I'm catching, it can be light or transferring, okay? So, yes?
How do you prevent like being countered from that position? Because I tried
yeah,
to do
for
that
sure, you
sometimes,
could
do
be.
the same, and then they just do the same throw. Like
They can do the same throw back to you, for sure. Like, oh, absolutely, yeah. That's why when you're doing a sort of Gary, you can, if it's 50-50, you could lose out on it. So before you enter into it, you're breaking his balance. So I'm not just coming here and putting my leg here and now who's got stronger hamstring curl or something, or whose center of gravity is stronger or lower. So instead of doing that, we're breaking his balance. I'm not chasing his leg, I'm not going after it, because now it's come away from me, it's away from the sweet spot of my swing, let's say. If I wanted to kick a football, my sweet spot is more or less here. You plant your foot beside it and you kick the football. But if instead the football is here and you're just kind of kicking it at the end of your swing, it won't be as strong. You know, you need to plant and penalty kick the ball. But if you're too far away from it, you only get the end of the swing. Not so good. So likewise, when I want to sweep something, I want to be not here going, oh, it's so weak. I want to be here and so I have the mechanical advantage in the swing. So if I pull my partner's jacket and he steps on that side, for the instant that he takes that step, I know his weight is committed into that foot because his head is over it. When you're walking down the street, little babies here earlier, and they're like 1 year old, you see them walking along, they're kind of walking like this, and they're learning how to walk, they're very deliberate in their steps, and we were all like that, but we've forgotten what it was like. But the point is when you take that step, this one is heavy. Therefore, this one is light so that it can be lifted and the next step is taken. Heavy, light, process continues. You do it without thinking about it. So instead of having to read his mind or be really, really good at judo and be able to tune into people, I can make him predictable and tell the future a little bit. I know where his weight is going to be one step ahead of him. So I can try and set him up into a little trap. So we're here at a partner. I'd like to get him to lead with that foot. If he's standing flat, that's okay, pull on his sleeve. Now he's not standing flat. That's the foot I'd like to attack. So, if I just leave him as he is and he's standing strong with good athletic posture, and I just somehow come around here, I may as well kick a lamppost, it's not going to shift, or a tree stump or something. I can turn to the side. No way. Yeah, that's only half his weight. The other half is there. So I need to make this one light. How do I make it light? You know already. I'm going to make him step with this foot. Pull on this collar. Don't just pull with your arm though, pull with the shift of your body weight. Body weight and arm combined. Ah, I made him step. Awesome. However, when I step there, I'd step two, and now we're equidistant again, where I never got any closer to him. So I'd like to make him move forward and not move myself, so we meet in the middle somewhere. So I'm bringing him to me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to step beside the foot I'm going to attack, which is this foot. I'll do a quick one. Something like this. One more time, please. So another angle. So right here. Step beside the one, make him step. Okay? So the trick is to make him step and not move far away from him. So I'm going to do a little circular step. Here I am. Step beside the foot I want to attack. The closer to the foot is, the quicker it is to get it. So I want to go from here, the foot turned on my side, sole of my foot turns into a hand. It's going to just push his foot. Don't kick his foot, it'll hurt your foot. So simply going from here to push. It's also going to act as a pivot point. I'm going to pull on the collar on the sleeve, on the side I'd like him to step on. And this leg is going to, rather than stepping away from him, it's going to do that little circular step here. So that my leg is underneath me, providing a base or a column, so that I can step on one foot, catching his foot, and then a little push. Somewhere in between there might be little micro adjustments. You might do a little kind of a hop thing, you might do a little adjustment on the angle slightly. That's basically where you're getting to push this one. Okay, so here we are. Step, push. So light foot sweep. Our code, the ashi barai. Ashi means leg sweep, or any foot, any technique with ashi in it means leg. So that's what. You can start to remember the names. Footsteps beside it, pull on the collar, back step, push. The prerequisite for this throw to work is that he steps with that leg. If he doesn't step with that leg, then you're kicking the lamppost again, okay? So if I'm here, and I step and I pull, and he doesn't step with that foot, now when I go to do this one, it doesn't work, okay? So, but we'll come back to that in a minute. For now, we're going to assume that he moves, okay? So I'm here, step, pull, push. The ashi barai. Easy peasy? It is after a few hundred goes. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. The first move is ochigari. I shift out to the side and pull his collar to make this move. If that doesn't move, then you're hopping around on one foot. Bring him to you. Oh, ochigari. Okay. Second one we did was Osoto, wasn't it? Classic judo, foot sweep. Get them moving, break the alignment, pull them to you, don't chase them. Osoto gari, okay? That's the second one. And then the third we did was the ashi barai, with circular movement. There's other ways to set this up. So I want to bring the one I want to attack close to me. That's easier, it's quicker. Step beside it, back and pull. Foot sweep, oh, the ashi barai. There's your 3. Put them together, see how it works for you. You've got 5 minutes. If you have any questions, ask me as I'm walking around, okay? Let's go. 1, 2, 3.